Welcome back to Sailing Sunday. Last week we had an amazing time exploring the beautiful Shroud Key here in the Exumas. This place has so much to offer and is even more beautiful in real life. So if you ever happen to find yourself in the Bahamas, make sure to add this spot to your bucket list. Now, boat life can't always be this perfect, and when we decided to continue down the island chain, we were brought back down to reality with a very stubborn mainsail.
Sounds like
what
it.
All
right. Ryan's angry bird.
Yeah, why is it jammed already?
Oh, it's like really jammed. Like you got no wiggle room now because you pulled it in so far.
We're motoring. Motoring.
We should buy a motorboat.
Yeah.
Poor Ryan.
Now, for those of you who've been with us for a while, you know our captain's normally calm, cool, and collected. But after over an hour of trying to unjam our main, he was getting pretty frustrated. So we decided not to let it ruin our day and just continue sailing with what we had. And what started as a frustrating sail turned into an absolute banger. Light winds, flat seas, and the sun lighting up the turquoise water in a way you have to see to believe.
View from the high side. Whoa. And it's like you're floating on a cloud. All right, let's go back down to the low side.
And just like that, our mainsail issues were a distant memory, and we were back to loving boat life. This lifestyle is all about balance. We have incredible days, like seriously pinch me moments. But the ocean, the boat, and the weather love to humble us, because nothing this good can come without its challenges.
All right, don't be alarmed, but we're gonna go through a narrow passage where there's rocks on one side and there's reef on the other, and it's really narrow and we're gonna go through. But this time the wind's pushing us off the rocks, coming from land, so we're protected, not crashing waves into the rocks, all right? You all right with this?
Yeah.
Because yesterday you freaked out. Oh, it wasn't yesterday, it was the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, give me a break. You're right.
Okay, now this channel looked terrifying, and Jackson was just adding to the chaos.
No. Jackson, stop.
And you can see just how narrow the gap is. On one side is a shallow sandbar and the other is jagged rocks. And just to add to the stress, there's rocks everywhere. So we just have to trust that our charts are bang on. Or we may end up like this guy. Luckily, this is a well-charted area, but it doesn't make it any less scary. There's nothing natural about cutting it this close to shore, and channels like this are still nerve-wracking even with years of experience. But what was waiting on the other side made it totally worth it.
I would say without a doubt, this is the bluest water we've ever seen.
I know, it's incredible. Does the camera even pick it up?
I don't know.
Wow.
Ooh, we're a little rocky rolly in here.
Just pulled up to a place called the Aquarium, and apparently it's meant to be a really cool dive spot, so we're just gonna go check it out and yeah, see what that's all about.
Let's see if the hype is worth the hype.
I know this place here, I'm sure there's probably incredible reefs all around the place, but this one here is protected. Well, the whole area is protected here, isn't it?
Yep.
This protected area was the first ever land and sea park established in the world and is home to the Western Hemisphere's second largest coral barrier reef. Covering over 112,000 acres, the Exuma's Land and Sea Park is renowned for its breathtaking beauty, making it a sailor's diving and snorkeling hotspot. And today, we're starting off by exploring the aquarium at O'Brien's Key. Appropriately named, since snorkeling in this dive site really does feel like you're inside a tropical fish tank.
Sexy legs, you ready to go?
Welcome to the Sea Aquarium. I can already see fish in the water, so I have high expectations.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, we were a little skeptical at first, but don't let this little lagoon fool you. There's a reason why so many flock to this place every year. It may be small, but it is packed with sea life and definitely worth a visit. We spent so much time here just watching the fish and diving through the coral. This little cove is well protected and the shallow depths made it really easy to explore.
All right, so I will say, that place was worth the hype. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just a tiny little sheltered cove here. If you come to visit it, you'll be shocked because it looks like nothing when you pull up, but it's full of fish and really beautiful coral, and it's crystal clear. So we'll check that one as worth the hype.
Apparently there's a crushed plane up here that was used back in the day to transport food.
Drugs.
Candy. It was transporting flour, self-raising flour, and it crashed, so let's go check it out.
Located just around the corner from the aquarium is a very popular plane wreck with a dark history. But before we get into that, we've got to find it first.
This is how we look for stuff.
That's my snorkel. Oh, there it is. Is that it?
I reckon that looks like it. It could be anywhere though. It's literally just there. And it's like half a plane. Let's go check it out.
Now, the rumors are it was shot down, while others say it crashed in bad weather, and that the contents were removed by local authorities, but the bodies of the pilot and crew were just left behind. Now, it is hard to know what is fact or fiction, but either way, it was a really interesting site to visit.
The current's picked up now and it's hectic, so...
Even the catamarans are rocking and rolling, so it's time to go.
I know. The worst part is now we're a bit late. We wanted to leave a little bit earlier, and we got to get back over this shallow patch around that little rock, and it's going to be sketchy, so we better move quick, eh?
But guess what the best part is?
What's the best part, Sexy Legs?
I have warm banana bread waiting for us back at the boat when we get there.
And that's why we're running late and might run aground.
Let's go! All right, so we're back on the boat, and I'm very happy with my previous self to have the foresight to have some warm banana bread ready for us when we go back. Oh, so good. So we're gonna dig into some banana bread while we...
dug in.
Oh. We're gonna dig into some banana bread while we make our way to our anchorage. Ryan said it's only about an hour away, so it's nothing crazy, but we have to get through here at low tide, before low tide.
Yeah, and it's already getting that way.
Yeah. Whew, I'm tired. The plane was really good, but the current was starting to pick up, so it was really hard to keep there. Jackson.
We're going swimming with sharks! Woo!
Nurse sharks, friendly sharks.
Now, I'm very skeptical when it comes to animal tourism, as many animals around the world are exploited and poorly treated by those who stand to gain something from them. But the shark experience at Compass Cay is one of the few exceptions, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, we had to anchor pretty far out in another bay because the water surrounding Compass Cay is extremely shallow. But nothing the good old Highfield couldn't manage. And to be honest, the ride in was so beautiful that we were not complaining. Now, before we get any further, I'm just going to quickly get back to the topic of animal tourism. I'm not going to harp on it too much, but it is really important to think about before you go on your travels. We make sure to do our research before supporting any sort of animal-related activities. Something that may at first seem innocent and even cute can have a seriously sinister underbelly. Animal tourism often involves practices that can be abusive to the animals in question. Animals trained to entertain, dance around, or forced to pose for photos are more often than not severely mistreated. So before handing over any of your money, first stop and question how that animal came to be in the situation and what kind of treatment it would have likely undergone to submit to this kind of behavior. Now, the sharks here at Compass Cay are wild and can come and go as they please. Just take a look at this guy cruising in from the open ocean. He's clearly just looking to join in on an easy feed. There will always be questions even around these kinds of tourist sites. And if you're gonna support any, I suggest ones like this that may make for some fat, lazy sharks, but otherwise has little impact on their well-being.
Good morning, guys. We are pulling into Compass Cay and we're so excited. This is very touristy, but worth the stop, I believe. It's absolutely gorgeous in here, and we're gonna go swim with the nurse sharks, which is pretty cool. Oh, there's turtles.
The sharks at Compass Cay began hanging around when fishermen would come in and clean their catch from the day and throw the scraps in the water. They can grow up to 14 feet in length, but despite their size, they're generally non-aggressive and pose little threat to humans, making them a popular attraction for divers and snorkelers. They're really one of the only sharks we don't stress about if we come across them while spearfishing. Consider them like the puppy dog of the shark world. The sharks that visit here seem to be really happy and healthy, and to be honest, they look like they were enjoying the attention.
We're throwing a sticker on.
Ready?
Yeah. We're trying to squish it in.
All in all, Compass Cay was a really cool place to visit, but it's time to head back to the boat and call it a night. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and we'll see you next week.
Like and subscribe. It's got hair in my face. Ah, Jackson. Jackson says like and describe.
Describe.
Like and subscribe. He's really heavy. He's tricking me. Like